Oh crap! A loading screen.
I'm excited to continue a little
wait.
further in this game and get to the next running joke for me to run completely into the ground.
It must be leaking from something upstairs.
I would like to point out, it's awfully convenient that there's this door that leads to nowhere.
That's a lot of blaze.
It's
all the blaze right next to it.
It's really stupid, honestly.
Dervahl promised.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could argue that he staged it like this so that he could dispose of the blaze in case there was a hazard, like if his house caught on fire or something.
It looks like a wooden bracket.
That's borderline reasonable, but why would he leave it there?
Or why does it exist in the first place?
Yeah, but why is there this door to this 10-story drop?
Force, I'm good at that.
If you had a crane or something above there, it would make sense as like a way to load stuff up here.
Blaze falls, run for
I mean,
it.
I
Because the booby
guess.
trap on the bomb
I love Aaron's stupid hat.
It's so
It's
great.
a really stupid
Probably
hat.
not. Now push.
Don't tell anybody to look out below or anything.
Or to, run away outside, or, get people to start a fire chain, or stockpile sand. Nah, fuck it.
Dervahl's best shot.
I also like that this thing that was originally at the top of a structure, they pushed to the bottom, which is probably more likely to destabilize the entire building.
To do that, he'd have to get into the palace, and that's too heavily guarded.
We did it. We have now disposed of a bomb that Dervahl created.
Maybe Dervahl's men left something behind when they planted that bomb.
That seemed like a really pointed premature celebration.
He tries for the
Like, I
palace.
feel like even Gridface over there isn't buying it.
Where did that drop even go to? Like, is that the city all the way down below?
Well, it was the city down below.
No, you're where it dropped. Like, you teleported to where the bomb dropped. It dropped there, right there.
No, we went into the house and we went up the stairs and then we pushed the bomb out like over this way and it fell down here somewhere.
Well, then how did it burn all of the building there?
There was also a bomb in the building. There was a bomb and then there was the explosive with the bomb. So we just basically
What is it burning?
Oh, blaze?
With just a bit of blaze in there.
Just the blaze is burning.
Yeah, the blaze is on fire. It's the
Okay,
blaze is like
yeah, I guess that
petroleum
makes
or
sense.
whatever.
Alright, fair enough.
It's actually biofuel, so it's more like, corn syrup.
Here comes the Winkles.
What happened? I haven't heard a blast like that since the liberation.
A moment of your time, Outlander?
Yeah, that's a call back to the Wizard of Oz, motherfuckers.
There's smoke rising from the edge of the mesa.
Are we under attack? The tracks lead inside.
Oh, it's somebody's house.
Another one of Dervahl's hideouts.
Also, don't they have, like, police or... They have the guards. Why didn't they send them to do this? Or when you're the seeker, do you...
the guards.
See where Dervahl assembled the detonator.
But what? I don't understand.
Tunneled through the wall.
Like, Aaron
Yeah.
is in charge of the palace guards, so...
But then
Wow,
you'd
this
think
guy
they'd
lived
have
a
a
lot
little
of
bit
shit.
more procedure in all this. They're just kind of
Yeah.
running around like idiots.
That's really all they've done, yeah.
Because this is not this kind of game.
I guess it
Oh,
makes
no, it's
sense
Dervahl.
if during the night that he doesn't see you, but when I did this in my game, it was like noon. And he just, gets this real good look at you, and then, nah. Come on.
Wait, he saw us?
No, I mean, it's implied that you managed to hide before he notices you, but it looks
Oh,
like
well, yeah.
he sees you.
He should.
So did these guys all just do this ridiculous parkour routine to get all the way up here?
Oh boy, that question.
Is there another way down here?
Like, I never noticed until Ross Scott did Freeman's Mind, like how much of Black Mesa is designed for chimpanzees.
Get it well.
Oh. Whoop. Hi.
Like where Okay, the stream is low enough quality that I didn't even see what happened there. You just like kind of rolled in, and a couple blue flashes happened, and then it seemed like people behind you died.
It's not the stream quality; it's the lighting. It is really dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just green.
What are the odds of us actually catching up to Dervahl, you think?
The wriggling runt of a maniac king.
Nope, boy.
You robbed me of my right to kill your father, so I'll have to settle for you.
Now, here comes the airplane.
You burn, even more because you'll be watching with me. Say goodbye to Meridian Avad. Breathe in the stench and choke on the ashes. Something's wrong.
So he hasn't figured out that that giant explosion meant that you detonated his blaze.
I didn't hear anything.
There's a bit of smoke rising from the mesa's edge.
It's really smart.
I mean, he was on the other side of the city.
It's a firestorm, not some belch from a charcoal burner.
So Aloy is here listening to Nickelback songs, the only way to survive Dervahl's,
Starlight, say sorry! What's making a different story?
Is that even Nickelback?
What's this?
Yeah, that's the same song. That's the great thing about Are We Having Fun Yet, is it's like 8 different songs.
Did you now? Well, bomb or no bomb, I'm gonna...
Imagine
I
if
wouldn't
an
say she
iPod
disabled it.
Yours,
survived the apocalypse and it was just all Nickelback songs. And they're just like, well, this is what people listen to, I guess.
They're the bards of the entire century.
Here, the girl. Can we finish this?
Well, here, do the... God damn it. Shoot.
I've led an army.
This guy will just chase you and run into all your traps like a moron, so...
It's not over yet, Nora. Any good Ossaram Tinker will tell you.
Did he
Show
die
him.
behind you?
Always have a third
Yeah.
player.
Have we seen these before?
Don't think so.
Beacons to set... Wow, the... Where's the lighting of Meridian? Did it just all go out?
Yeah, I did this during the day. It didn't look this bad.
Yeah.
This game does have
my
weird
favorite
light.
things to fucking fight.
I hate these things. My mighty murder birds.
Oh, don't worry, he says that a lot, too.
I'm trying to think of a bird word that starts with M, and I'm failing utterly.
Macaw.
They're not really
why is it
macaws,
not-
though.
There we go.
Yeah, my brain's been kind of petrified lately, to be honest.
I just can't. I don't think there's that many M birds. Note to biologists: if you ever name any new birds, have them start with M. For my alliteration joke right now, here in the past.
Quick, Chris, you've got to use your time machine to go into the future when they've all taken your advice. Learn the name of a new bird, and then come back in time.
I'm gonna go.
Say it here and salvage your joke.
Mallard!
There you go.
Okay, yes, there we go. There we go. Thank you.
Hooray!
See, my time machine works. Everything's good.
We're having a little bit of a freak out there.
Mallards and ducks are separate, Chris.
Are they?
Yeah. Yeah, actually they're mammals.
I don't believe that.
Look it up. Draw, partner.
Alright.
I know exactly one thing about mallards or ducks, and it is that they are two different birds.
What the fuck did I just Google? Well, the reason I'm laughing is that I Googled the phrase literally, difference between a mallard and a duck. And the link, I swear to God, the first link it sent me to is differencebetween.net, and the article is the difference between a mallard and a duck. Which is amazing.
Okay, so it turns out that a mallard is a very specific kind of duck.
I'm now more interested in differencebetween.net.
Yeah, no, that is
that is a
clearly...
really great website name, by the way. That's pretty awesome.
This feels very much like a Web 1.0 thing.
Yeah,
the difference
does
between
it look like an ancient website?
No, I mean, it doesn't look modern exactly, but...
The difference between a beam and a girder.
Are there, like... Can you just throw any two nouns together, like... The difference
no,
between
they have a
Google
curated
and
list. They have a curated
these are specific
list.
articles.
Difference between sepsis and septic shock. Difference between droid and robot. Difference between Anabaptists and evangelicals.
Oh,
difference between devil and Satan. This website's honestly kind of awesome.
The difference between diarrhea and loose stool is an article I feel like I don't really want to read, though.
What?
Oh no.
I'm just saying, someone... How big is this article?
As much
Oh my god, they have pictures of it happening.
I don't mind doing it for you.
Someone illustrated this.
Are these crowdsourced, or is there like one person absolutely obsessed with the difference between somewhat similar items?
This is a really way too in-depth description. Please tell me you didn't go there.
The difference between Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates.
Oh boy, that's getting
difference
personal.
between Mark Zuckerberg and humans.
Every clan in the claim wants you dead, and they know how to make it hurt.
Wow, this is interesting
Just like you to get someone
and
else to do your
reductive.
killing.
Shut up. You're at the Sun King's mercy now.
Tap.
Aaron, you just killed him. What? No, I just hit him. Yeah, you hit him with a crowbar on the end of a hammer. He's dead. No, he's fine. And Dervahl, you fine? You okay? Completely fucking limp as he's being dragged off.
We actually have a quest thing here. Part of this, the ending this quest, we can go and talk to Dervahl in his cell. You think that would be cool, right? You want to go see it?
Sure, okay.
Alright, now imagine he wasn't on the other side of town. All the way over here. I actually may have gone the wrong direction, but now there's a green thing I can steal from, so that's cool.
So what are we looking for?
Where Dervahl was moved to a cell. And we're gonna
Oh,
go
I
see
went
him.
and visited him, and he taunts you, and yeah.
That was the reveal! I was gonna... God damn it.
My murderous murder mallards will get you yet!
Hey,
He's
there's a
talking
joke.
that voice all the time.
Yay! It all came together in the end.
So this is talking to Dervahl. No dialogue tree, just some canned, haha, I'm evil.
So difference between .NET's comment sections are not very strictly moderated. I'd like to read a selection of comments posted on their About page.
Oh god, please do.
Don't force your mind alerting ingenuity into two sands of confrontation. Smoke a bowl instead, Smiley.
Everyone needs a
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
Does the Seventh Adventist Church believe Christians who do not observe the Sabbath on Sunday will be among Christians who will not have eternal life? Reply, what does that even mean? Guys, let's start doing sexy things.
Are these all on the diarrhea versus loose stool thing?
No, this is on the About page. You guys unfortunately showed your hand in the section on climate change when you said, unfortunately, some conservative scientists disagree with the liberal view on climate change, therefore you made an assumption that the conservative viewpoint was wrong and the liberal viewpoint was correct.
You saved my life.
I mean, it
saved
is...
Meridian.
How much you earned from this website? Please, please, please.
Her knowing the truth without painful uncertainty.
Just read U-Piece, obviously very leftist in it composition, and thought, won't be using your piece. The search for truth and differences continues.
Staying in Meridian.
Why do you want me to stay in Meridian?
I would think that would be obvious.
Not to me.
Huh. Well, to start with, you
Oh yeah, this is the part where Avad comes on to you.
Oh yeah, that's kind of happening, isn't it?
And capable.
That's awkward.
This is one of several.
I could use someone like you at my side.
So, if we pick the hard option here, Aloy apparently reciprocates, and this is, as far as I can tell, the only one that you can do that with. But I looked up a lot of videos to see what the hard option actually does, and nobody ever picks it, so...
Yeah!
Everybody picks brain for this one, for obvious reasons.
So we need to pick the hard one. See what happens.
Are you sure?
Yeah, why not? Who cares?
Yeah, okay. First
All right.
playthrough on YouTube to go with this guy.
Thank you for the offer, but I don't think either you or I are ready for that. At least, not yet. I've got a long way to go before I find what I'm looking for, and it's gonna take me far from Meridian.
Of course. I didn't mean to presume. You are your own woman.
Right, yeah.
But please, remember that you're always welcome.
The lamest way to respond to this one by far is the heart.
Today is just a sunrise for us.
The brain one, she straight out calls him out and like saying, "You're just trying to replace Ursa with me."
Were you and Ursa, you know?
I suppose it's obvious how I feel. How I felt about her.
Yeah, it's like, don't hot swap your bow, dude. I know it's the post-apocalypse and all, but it's other fish in the sea. Take some time.
Relations between the Karja and Oseram and Meridian were unsteady as it was.
Build an alliance.
The union of the Sun King and an Oseram warrior would have led to...
I believe in old-fashioned marriages where kings marry purely for convenience.
Did anyone know?
And then seek the comfort of a mistress. That's I think that's the traditional way.
And so jealousy became yet another.
Actually, what is the tradition?
That is an interesting point. Avad is not married.
It's time for me to go.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, I was sort of, you know, making the obvious historical joke, but come to think of it, like, what role would marriage have in this society?
Well, I mean, in most traditional monarchies, at least pre-modern ones, marriage was a big deal for the purposes of securing an heir.
Like, that's what I'm joking. Okay, so yeah, like securing an heir, securing alliances.
Aloy.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about Ursa.
It's not really clear how they feel about polygamous marriages, but presumably they're not for it, because nobody ever mentions it, and you think they would, and also you'd think that Avad would have consorts at this point if polygamy was, like, okay.
I'm trying to take it to heart. And I guess
it's probably a little too much to ask that they do a deep dive into, like, the anthropological bases of, like, matrimony.
But they do that with so many other things in this world.
I'm pretty sure
That's
you're
fair.
older.
Yeah. You know, I think probably one thing about that is that, like...
Don't give me too much credit. Part of me still wants to wait for...
And I think that this is entirely reasonable, by the way. I think that they want to...
Come on, stop. You're gonna make me
make sure that no part of their society is repugnant to the player.
What's next for errand vanguardsman?
And a lot of, like, I say traditional, a lot of, like, structures of marriages that have been practiced throughout history are not super great.
And by that I mean...
Or at the very least, might not come off that way.
Yeah.
What do you think the
This is pretty much the least, like, academic way to discuss this topic.
About it for a long time. But whatever they come up with, it won't be quick. I can live with that.
Well, when you brought that up, when we were talking about securing an heir, I actually went back to the other comment you meant about him looking Egyptian-esque, Pharaoh-esque, and I was, well, the Egyptians had all kinds of wacky stuff. They did, you know what? Polygamy, the Pharaoh had many wives. He had a primary wife and then a bunch of other wives and consorts. And they also tended to practice brother-sister marriages, so that's a whole other thing. Which probably goes to some extent to explain, why
she likes me.
Egyptian dynasties tended to become extremely dysfunctional after a few generations.
I remember hearing that, like, Tutankhamun had a lot of physical disabilities that you can detect from looking at his, like, a skeleton.
Yeah.
To the point where there was, at the time I was consulting the issue, like, a lot of controversy over whether he died, whether he was murdered, a lot of controversy over whether Tutankhamun died.
There's a lot of... Yeah.
Whether he was murdered, whether he was killed in an accident, or even, like, how much of an accident would have been necessary. It's kind of like the way his spine was curved.
I tend to subscribe to the accident theory. It doesn't seem to me like he was probably murdered, but that I could talk about that for a while. But we've already been going for a while here, so that's kind of the end of this week's episodes. I think we're going to do a side quest stream here sometime in the next week or so, because we're kind of hitting that point where we should do a lot of side quest stuff. But yeah, I hope you liked that errand side plot, because that's it. He will be back for the end of the game, and that's pretty much... he shows up in a few other things, but that is pretty much Aaron's storyline. I was expecting Chris to go, "Aww," but